Today I thought I'd try something a bit different and fly down to Luton and Luton Airport. So this is a bit of a dodgy takeoff. I think the wing was not quite into wind and it was a bit gusty, so I got blown about a bit on takeoff. Luckily all worked okay, so managed to get airborne. And shortly after takeoff there was a little plane that was followed me around a little bit, which was quite cool. So there he is. I think he took off from Little Granston. Probably saw me launch, so that was nice. So the flight details then, just over 2 hours. Took off at 14:47. This is Zulu times, and yeah, it was quite a long flight down to Luton. And then I'll show you the airport in a minute. This here is Sandy and the Sandy Heath transmitter. This here is the town of Biggleswade and the River Ivel. This here is the town of Shefford, which has a population of about 5,000 people. This here is the village of Shillington in Bedfordshire. This is the village of Hexton. In World War II, a German light bomber was shot down onto these grounds. And also in 1944, a Lancaster bomber crashed on returning back from a successful sortie. This here is Barton le Clay, and there are some springs just to the left there that are wood. There are some springs very popular with dog walkers. And this here is Sharpenhurst. You can't really see from the footage, but this is quite a prominent hill in the area. Also popular with walkers. And this here is the village of Streatley, just north of Luton, in Streatley Parish Church. This is the north side of Luton, and this is Warden Hills Golf Club on the northeast side of Luton. And in the distance there you can see Luton Airport. So I'm right kind of on the edge of Luton's airspace here. I've got my Sky Demon map in front of me. And you see those buildings in the distance, that's Luton Airport. So very mindful to keep out of that. So I'm as far south as I'm going to go on this trip, so I'm just turning now over Warden Hills and the Birmingham area of Luton. I'm just going to fly over the north side of Luton and then over towards Toddington, which is the next village along. Can't really see on the camera, but this little pit here that was full of burned out cars, so I'm wondering if this is where all the joyriders of Luton dispose of their cars. So this is the M1 motorway, which connects London to Leeds, and it was the UK's first full-length motorway, which opened in 1959. There were plans actually 26 years earlier for a motorway before the Second World War, but that never came to pass. And here we are flying over Toddington. So we're now going to fly over the M1 again and towards Westerning. Well, this is junction, just north of junction 12 on the M1. So we're going to go over to Flitwick and then, Westerning first, then Flitwick. So this is Westerning here. So Westerning is a very old village and was mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086. So it's been around for 1,000 years or so. We're now approaching the south side of Flitwick. I just saw a couple of cranes here and thought I'd have a look, see what's going on down there. That's the small town of Flitwick. So this here is the small market town of Ampthill, close to where I live. And again, it's another very old place, and was the landholder in 1086 was Nigel de la Vaste, and in 1219 King Henry III granted a charter for a weekly market, which is still going now. It's been going 800 years. This is Ampthill Great Park. This place here is Houghton House. It's now a ruin, which was built in 1600, I believe. So heading back to Little Granson now, you can probably see it in the distance. There we are. So just popping down, so starting to pull my trimmers in now and coming in for a landing. So I really enjoyed that one. So on coming into landing, I thought I'd have a go at landing on my wing bag, which actually went better than I expected. So quite happy with that one.